We begin tonight with the deeply moving images from the Vatican. More than 90,000 mourners from around the world paying their respects to Pope Francis. And tonight, our Terry Moran will take us inside St. Peter's Basilica so you can see it for yourself. So many people wanting to see Pope Francis, the Vatican keeping the doors open overnight until 5:30 in the morning. And even then, thousands were still waiting, the line stretching up to a mile at times. Terry inside the Basilica today with people from all over the globe and from all walks of life, and what he heard from Americans who were in that line and how it moved them. Security is tight in St. Peter's Square, where the funeral mass will be observed early Saturday morning. We'll carry it live right here on ABC, starting Saturday morning at 3:30 a.m. Some 50 heads of state, including President Trump, President Zelensky, and Britain's Prince William. Tonight, the first image of what Pope Francis's tomb at St. Mary Major Basilica will look like, bearing the simple inscription, Franciscus. That was his request. Again, the funeral Saturday morning, 4 a.m. here in the East, will be on the air starting at 3:30 in the morning. But first tonight, a moving look inside St. Peter's Basilica and what our own Terry Moran witnessed himself in that line today.
Tonight, more than 90,000 people have streamed up Rome's streets and avenues to the Vatican, waiting for hours for those few unforgettable moments to say farewell to Pope Francis. And I joined them through the great doors into St. Peter's Basilica, up the center aisle, under the soaring dome, everything hushed and respectful. And there he was, Francis, in that simple wooden coffin, the people's pope to the end. It's just after nightfall, and still they're coming, and the feeling here is extraordinary, as it is inside. There are people who are in tears, people very prayerful, but more than anything, there's a sense of history and of gratitude.
As if it wasn't for Pope Francis.
Tonight, Rosie Lamanna from Long Island, overwhelmed by the moment.
We came from New York, thinking we're going on a tour, never thinking we're going to see the Pope in his passing, and feel the faith in the church, feel the faith. It's just in you. It's in your heart.
Rosie, it feels like you're really touched. Like really
I'm touched. I was really touched. It took your breath away. Just to be there, just to see it.
Shelley Ferry, traveling with her family from Virginia.
It's just a very surreal experience to bring my children to this. I just think it's incredible to be here and to experience it with them.
Security is tight, armed soldiers keeping watch with anti-drone weapons, police canines on patrol. World leaders will be making their way here, including President Trump, President Zelensky, and Prince William, among 50 heads of state, along with a bevy of international royals. New York's Cardinal Timothy Dolan joining more than 100 cardinals meeting here today, more on their way, already discussing the future of the church and the conclave to choose the next pope.
That's the time that we get to know one another. We listen to one another. Each of the cardinals will have a chance to speak. They speak about the beauty and the challenges of the church in their diocese.
And tonight, the Vatican releasing a first look at the plan for the marble tomb where Francis will be laid to rest in the St. Mary Major Basilica in Rome. On the stone, one word, Franciscus, his name in Latin. In the streets around St. Peter's, memories of Francis abound. Hello. For decades, the Mancinelli family tailors have dressed bishops, cardinals, and popes. This is for the next pope. Raniero Mancinelli remembers fondly Francis teasing him about the high prices here and says that Francis changed church fashion. Suddenly, a simpler way was in vogue.
Molto semplificato.
With Pope Francis, he says, not only his style was personal, but the whole business changed because people didn't come anymore to get a lot of, other things to put on. Wait, this is amazing. So Francis, because he was simple, he was kind of a style icon for the other bishops and cardinals. Everybody got more simple. Yes, he tells me, but the fashions and the church may be changing again soon. One cardinal we met today told us that the first order of business will be to get to know each other. This is the most global conclave ever, and so it looks like we aren't going to see that white smoke, that signal that a new pope has been chosen anytime soon. No date set yet, but it looks like the earliest the conclave could begin is the week of May 5th. David?
All right, Terry Moran. Terry, that was an extraordinary view inside St. Peter's Basilica tonight. Our thanks to you. And I'll be traveling to the Vatican, joining Terry, James Longman, Deborah Roberts, and our entire team for the closing of the Pope's coffin tomorrow night. And then the funeral early Saturday morning. ABC News live coverage of the funeral begins at 3:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Of course, we hope you'll get up with us, and we'll be there for the ancient ritual, the conclave, several days later as well. And I'll see you for the news tomorrow night from the Vatican right here.